If it's out of your control, then stop blaming yourself. If it's within your control, then do something about it. Otherwise, dust your feet off and move on. I did get stuck on this verse. As you all know, often I get stuck on a verse. When Paul says forgetting, it really bothered me. I was going, what do you even mean, forgetting? I'm asking myself, Paul, if I forget my mistakes, how can I learn from my mistakes? So it turns out, Paul isn't telling us to forget our mistakes in the way that we think about forgetting. That word, I didn't put it up. The word forgot or forgetting in the Greek, it means to let go of it and to stop dwelling on it. When we know that we've made a mistake, we're to do what we can to fix it. It's that simple. And there are really just 3 biblical questions we can ask ourselves and put into practice after we make a mistake. Have I done what I can to correct my mistake? Have I sought forgiveness? Have I repented? If we can answer yes to those 3 questions, there's nothing left we can do except let God do what God does. Your failures, my failures, are not our master. Jesus Christ is our master. Christ's first utterance from the cross was what? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. He forgives you. If you don't forgive yourself, that's an argument you get to take up with Jesus Christ, because he said you're worthy of his forgiveness. You are worthy of forgiveness. You want to argue about it, talk to him. We forgive ourselves. We get past our failures, and we go about doing the kingdom's work in our lives. Leave that emotional prison, because Jesus Christ swung the door wide open for you, and it remains open. The second resolution to consider for the year is commit to give up your grudges. I'm going to need a drink of water for this one. Colossians 3:13 tells us, bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you have a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. Y'all, I tried to find the loophole. I really did. I looked through every version of the Bible that I have. I looked through the Hebrew. I looked through the Greek, the KJV, the NLT, the NIV, the NKJV, and the ESV. And I found that every version of this verse issued it as a command. It doesn't say you should consider or think about it or, what might be a good idea? No, it says, bear with each other and forgive one another. God expects it from his children. It is an expectation of God that we forgive others. We are to endure one another, hold back our tongues, and exhibit self-control. It's a tough one. It's a tough one, because it means that we're not even supposed to hold a grudge against someone. Y'all, I'm like thinking forgiveness, the big ones, right? I got to forgive this big thing. No, he's like everything. You can't even hold a grudge as a believer. That's tough, y'all. Yikes. I want to tell you a little secret, though. Every single person here, every one of you, every person who's watching online right now, every single one of you, has something about them that other people have to endure. Just like you and I have our failings, so does everybody else. Everyone is guilty of some kind of weakness, some kind of wrong behavior, some kind of mistreatment, some kind of neglect, some failure, some bad habit, some irritating behavior. A grudge is a deep, ongoing resentment that we cultivate in our hearts against another person. A grudge is an unforgiving spirit within us that leads to unforgiving attitudes and unforgiving actions. Grudges are dangerous because what they do is destroy marriages. Grudges break up families. Grudges ruin friendships. One of the problems with today's church is the grudges that Christians hold against one another. It boggles my mind and it breaks my heart how many believers absolutely refuse to work out their grievances with one another. Y'all, if the Apostle Paul were alive today, I picture him writing a letter to today's church. It'd probably start out with, "Where do I even begin?"